Y'all, I'm trying to fix my camera. Okay. It's hot. I don't have no other light on. What's up, guys? Is that Nigel? Hi, Nigel. Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. 1 minute. They grocery shopping for my mom, and they sent me a text message on what they don't have. Gotta let them know. Bear me for 1 second, y'all. This will happen as soon as I come on. It will happen as soon as I come on. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, what's up, YouTube? What's up, my soul? So I'm sorry, y'all. I ordered some stuff for my mom. As soon as I come on live, the guy who's doing the grocery shopping hits me up. And you know, if you don't stay focused with them, they will pick up anything for you. I'm hot. It's hot in here. I don't know if that's just me. What's up? Hey, Karen Woods. Hey, Amy. Hey, SB. Oh, yes. You know what, y'all? I don't know. I might be having hot flashes. Y'all know. Might be that time wasn't hot at first. Whoo. Hey, me Shine, how you? See, they hit me back up again. Okay, okay. Okay. So, hey, SB. What's up, everybody? I'm all in y'all face. Let me push y'all back some. Is that good? 'Cause I'm all up in the face. Okay, y'all. Let's talk, okay? I'm going straight into it. Somebody say, I'm freezing. It may be your phone because I'm not freezing on this end, and I got me on the TV. Hey, Amy, thank you. Mississippi in the house. I got my other telephone here, too. I can see y'all better from here. Yes, I'm sorry. Every time I come on, I am never organized. I try not to be like that. I try to be more professional with my stuff. I try not to be like that. I try to. But soon something always happening. Hey, Purple Ladybug. Hey, Donald. Okay. Yes, I don't know. So I wasn't hot at first, but then all of a sudden I got hot. I got the hot flashes. I don't know where it came from. Thank you, Southern Girl. Okay, y'all. Y'all know we gotta get into it. Yeah, she hot, y'all. Ooh, I don't know why. I got a fan. I don't know what's going on. Y'all, hey, Doe John, how you doing? Hey, Margaret Jackson. New Life Journey, what's up, sister? All right, y'all. Are y'all ready? No, we got several movies, several things to talk about. As y'all know, last week, I threw out there I Care a Lot on Netflix. Somebody told me to watch. We recommend on Netflix last week, Behind Her Eyes. We recommend that. And then of course our Saturday night review with Lifetime. Nope, not yet. Big Brown Sugar. Um, then we recommend our Saturday night review is The Girl in the Basement. Y'all, let's go there. Since we're going to get everything else is quick reviews, this is our main focus tonight. And I used to say the main focus for last. But, you know, I watched it today on demand. I made your honey cornbread and my family loved it. Oh, okay. I know that's right. Thank you. Let's go there. Are y'all ready to go there? First of all, let's just start by saying that this movie are based on true events, but they are based on true events through different circumstances and different people, different things that happens to different people. But it also focused on one event particular that happened in Australia to a young lady by the name of Elizabeth Furtz. Um, and this is her story. We're gonna talk about that after the show. Y'all, I kept praying. I kept praying that he was her stepfather. First of all, he was Judd Nelson, Joel Fisher, who played the mother and the father. Good performances. The acting was good. He did his damnedest to play an unbalanced, crazy man, okay? He did his damnness to play an unbalanced, crazy man. Judd Nelson did that. I haven't seen Judd Nelson in a minute, but I remember him from The Breakfast Club with Ali Sheedy, Emilio Estevez, Judd Nelson, a couple of other people. I want to say even Molly Ringwald, but I don't want to. Somebody can call me out on that. I'm not sure it was her in that. But if y'all remember The Breakfast Club, he played in that, but I haven't really seen him in a long time. But he played that role Saturday. This man had me believe he was unbalanced. Yes, yes, this man he do a lot of Lifetime movie. See, I gave up on Lifetime for a long time because I got tired. I kept seeing a bunch of repeats. But y'all, when I tell y'all, let me pull my camera down, son. Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all can see me more. Y'all, when I tell y'all, this man acted well. Yeah, it was Molly Ringwald. Okay. This man acted so well. He made me believe he was crazy. Okay. He played that role well. He was a very unfunctional father. It was so sad because he was her biological father. I was kept praying that she would say, "You can't tell me what to do. You not my father." Or when the police came to do the police report, I thought she introduced him as her husband, but my daughter's stepfather. No, no, he was indeed her biological father, the man who helped bring her into this world, and to fathom that someone do this to your own child. But you guess what? It's reality. As much as we hate it, as much as we like to not think that these things are true, people are out there every day doing these sick things to their children. To someone that's supposed to love you and protect you, someone that you're supposed to trust, doing this to you. She was rebellious, but she was rebellion just because he was hard on her. And see, they didn't give the oldest daughter a background. I guess he wasn't as hard on the older daughter. Maybe she listened more. She kind of, figure out. But that youngest daughter saw right through the father. She knew the father had issues. You know what I'm saying? So she wanted to do what she wanted to do. So y'all, the story is really based on he got tired of his daughter being in rebellion. He got tired of her not listening, not following the rules. So he came up with an idea when he went in his basement. He didn't even know that bomb shelter was there. When he found that bomb shelter, he immediately came up with an idea that I'm going to stick my daughter in the bomb. Yeah, she was away at college too, and she came home for the spring break. But my whole thing is, it seemed like he treated the oldest daughter different for some reason. And remember, we just had this conversation on Saturday about parents have favorite children. You know what I'm saying? When parents have a favorite children, and we were saying in some cases, some parents will have favorite kids. And to me, it seemed like that daughter may have been his favorite daughter or something. Maybe she obeyed by the rules and did what she's supposed to do. Maybe she wasn't a rebel. Maybe she didn't think of her own. Maybe she did everything. But at one point, when her sister got the missing, she said a little bit of something. She went downstairs when she got those keys, when he dropped them keys out of his pocket. She went downstairs to try to look for something, thinking that maybe he did something. Because always in the back of her head, the daughter always suspected, just maybe, Just maybe he did something to it. Y'all remember that when she told the boyfriend Chris that when he came 7 years later? This man had his daughter in the same house with his wife for 20 years. In the same house with his wife for 20 years. She ain't suspect not one thing. The wife was timid. He ran that household. But at one point, she got fed up and she wanted to look for her child. And she got her mouth, her voice. She let her voice be heard. You know what I'm saying? 20 years in a basement. And the house was soundproof. The shelter was. No, I'm telling you, though, like the mom did not know. The shelter was soundproof. It was a soundproof shelter. It was bricked in with those cement brick. No, the mom, I'm telling you, the mom had no idea. She hired an FBI agent to go look for her daughter in Florida. That when the father said we have to spend no more money, she hired an investigation agency when she went down to Florida to try to find her daughter. They ain't show us that, but they talked about that in the movie because he was like, I'm not giving them no more money. You waste $5,000 going to Florida to look for her. The mother truly thought her daughter was missing. Her daughter was gone. She did. Now, what messed me up when he started having sex with her. And that's when at this point, he raped her the first day he put her in there. Made me think that was something that he always wanted to do. Oh, he started touching her when she was 11 years old. I see, now I seen it, I ain't see that part. What I do? Did I walk away? Because I was off focus in this movie. Maybe I might have seen it because in some parts when he got to raping her, I ain't gonna lie, I covered my eyes. I did not want to see it. I could not, and I was like, still say so. I was still hoping for somebody to say, "You my stepfather." No, she didn't. She didn't. SB, the original. We're gonna talk about the original person. In the movie, they didn't go as far as 7 kids, but the original person who this is raped. I said raped on. Lord have mercy. Who this was based on? She ended up having 7 kids, but I don't want to confuse everybody, so I'm gonna stay on the movie. Then we're gonna talk about the real life Elizabeth and who this happened to. Her father's name was Joseph, and they live in I will Lane, and they live in Australia. And his was, and it was actually 24 something years that he had her locked up. Excuse me, but I'm gonna tell you another part that made me mad in the movie. Okay, one of the babies died. She ended up in the movie. They showed us 4 kids. That's where they left it at. Because remember, a lot of this is based on the real life person's story, and a lot of it was pulled out of other events that happened in real life too. So one of the babies died because he beat her to death. He kicked her and beat her, and she had birth to the baby. The baby died. We don't know. He took the baby. We don't know where he took the baby to. He buried the baby. Of course, he buried the baby. We don't know whether it was a boy or girl or what. And so they end up showing 3 babies live. One baby, which was her third child, he would have been, I'm telling you, I'm going to say he's the youngest, but the other baby would have survived. The other baby would have been the youngest. So the youngest of the 3 siblings that survived with her in the basement, she convinced him to take him upstairs. And when she did that, she slipped a note. Oh my God. People make me so mad. The mother was so focused on getting this baby that she didn't even see the note that was in the bottom of the basket net. At first, when he grabbed the note in the bottom of the basket net, I thought it was the original note. But then I saw the note that she wrote was pinned to the baby, saying, "This is my baby. I met a man, but we can't afford to have the baby right now. Can you please take care of him?" And so she was so happy to see something from her daughter that made her think, that her daughter is out there living life and wasn't ready to come home. So that kind of calmed her down a little bit from looking for the daughter, because she had a piece of her daughter, but she was still worried about her. But she didn't focus on thinking that nothing was really wrong with her, because this is her baby. She sent this baby to me to raise. So evidently she must just out there living her life, and she's not ready to come home, but she still was anxious to see her and was worried about her and wondering what she was doing. That baby calmed the mother down, but didn't calm her down completely. She was still worried about her daughter. She was still, go in her room and sit and think about her. Even though her daughter gave her this grandchild to take care of, in the back of her head, she was still worried about the daughter. And the father got that note. Man, he beat her, y'all. He got that note, and then why did he beat her? Oh my God. Y'all know why he beat her and she lost the baby. You gotta watch it, Nikki T. It is sad. I don't like when things are based on true events, because it kills me that people actually went through that. But it really was based on true events, and then particulars of the story was based on one young lady horror that she went through with her biological father in Australia in 1984. Um, so he beat her and she lost the baby because she ended up finding a way to get a flashlight. The roof stopped leaking in the basement, rain, and it made it soft enough where she could dig a hole in the roof, and yes, from the leaking ceiling. But she could dig a hole in the roof from the leaking ceiling. And she dug that hole, and she was able to get a nice gap. And she was just flashing a flashlight outside the hole, and a man was walking his dog. And I knew it. I said right then and there, she was going to get caught. I said, because he going to knock on this door. That man knocked. I did not want him to knock on the door. Sometimes we want people to go up to the situation and peep in and be like, what's going on down there? What's going on down there? But see, he didn't do that. His thing was to knock on the door, to ask them to say, hey. And he even say somebody doing a light, like they doing Morse code, like somebody need help. I said, oh my God, if this story don't get any more crazier. I said, oh man, he wasn't that basic. He beat the hell out of her. Yeah, he buried the baby, but we never knew where. I know. That made me so mad when he beat her. He beat her so bad she gave birth. That baby died. And I'm going to tell you another part too that made me mad in the movie. On year 20, the oldest daughter, who is that? Hey, waitress Moore, Winsor Moore, the oldest daughter got sick. She convinced him to take the baby to the hospital, which was a good, beautiful thing. She convinced him to take the baby to the hospital. But she made me mad at is that she took too long to ask for help. Because when they grabbed the little girl, they take her out, and he gonna tell her, he'll die in here if you say something. He'll die in here if you say something. I said, I don't mean no harm. He messed her up mentally. He had such a hold on her brain that she didn't know what to do. He held her mentally, but he was a bully. He was a big ass pedophile, crazy ass bully. That's what he was. And he held her mentally, that when she got to the hospital, I don't mean no harm. As soon as the doctors and nurses would have took my child and they said my child was upset, I would have been sitting there filling out no papers, trying to fill out no papers. Even the nurse was looking at her like something wasn't right. But she took too long to ask for help. I was like, why the hell you ain't screaming for help? Why the hell? Man, my heart was beating so fast when she wasted that water on that application and he got up. She took too long to get down that corridor to that nurse. My heart was beating, man. Let me tell you, I was running down the hall with her. Okay? In my mind, as Wendy Williams said, you're a friend of my mind. In my mind, I was with her on that walk down that hall. That was the longest walk. I was like, open your mouth, shout out, scream, help me, do something. But, and That was the longest walk I ever took in my head. Cause this is what I was doing. I was screaming at the screen. Girl, say something. Do something. Man, she just took too long. She gonna wait until he called her name, and then she gonna finally speed up and say, "I need help." Girl, you both been saying I need help. Once them doctors said that baby, once that man said that baby's in critical condition, that nurse sat down. I be like, "Help me." Your son wasn't gonna die. I could see if you didn't know the location, if he had you blindfolded and you ain't know exactly where y'all was being held at and stuff like that. The secret room, thank you, Miss Wiggins. The secret room was in the basement in your house. So the threat that he gave you wasn't nothing. That threat mean nothing to me. Because in my head, I already knew my son ain't gonna die. I knew exactly where we were being held at. I knew exactly where to take the police to. So, all in all, I'm hyped. This movie made me mad. This movie made me so mad because I have kids. They all grown now. No matter what, as a parent, far as me, whatever, if my children could be rebellions, I mean, I went through some of my kids being rebellion, try to get smart or try to not do what I want to say or whatever. I the thought has never, yeah, Andrew, look at all the stuff I went through with Andrew. The thought has never crossed my mind to bring bodily harm, mental harm to my child. My thought was continue to protect him, to support him, to be there for him. Never one minute I thought about even harming this child. No matter how frustrated I was, how frustrated he made me, how angry I was, how sometimes I wanted to give up. Through all of that, nothing never told me to hurt something that I brought to this earth. To this day, I cannot overcome how people will hurt something that you are responsible for. You are that person's first force of defense. They come to you for everything. They look up to you to be there for them, to protect them. The things that he did to his daughter and what he did, he was supposed to be the man in her life that she could count on. When it comes to a little girl, the father, that bond that they built with each other, that's supposed to be the only man in your life. If you couldn't count on any man in your life, a daughter is supposed to be able to count on her father. That's no ifs, no ands, no buts. She shouldn't have to second guess her dad, whether or not he's there for her. A daughter's supposed to be able to count. That's the only man in her life should be there for her unconditionally to protect her, to keep her safe. He violated so much of the daughter and father bond. It was ridiculous. I don't yes. But she kept screaming for help. The place was soundproof, y'all. I felt so sorry for her, and he kept putting these babies in her. I don't know. You know what? He went to jail. I looked up information, and this story was so sad. It was so surreal. I was like, oh my God. And when I see things like this, it makes me look up. Because when they say based on true events and stuff, it makes me look up stuff, to see the outcome, who was the real person that it was based on, and all that stuff like that. So, I'm going to tell you guys, the real person that this story was based on, it was a lot of life events was pulled out of the headlines to do this movie. But the main portion of this movie was based on a young lady named Elizabeth. And I'm ready to tell y'all some of her backstory. Bear with me for 1 second. Elizabeth Fritz, the girl locked in a cellar In Australia, they call it a cellar. We in America we call them basements. So the girl locked in a cellar for 24 years. This case came about in 2008. Her father locked her in this cellar in 1984. Held captive by her father, Joseph Fritz. Mm. Well, it say it started 1977 and it ended April the 26th, 2008. In the course of that time, he impregnated her with 7 kids. 2 of the kids he let go and live upstairs. See, in the movie, he impregnated her 4 times. One of the babies died, and he let one child go upstairs. But in real life circumstances, this young lady endured this for over 24 years. She had 7 kids by her dad. Um, 2 of her children was able to go upstairs and live a regular life. I don't know. They didn't go into details, but her story ended in 2008 when she was able to escape. And the father got locked up, went to jail. So imagine, I don't know, how can someone keep you in your own home? And you know what I was thinking in my head? The children was getting older. Then they had the mother. He was one man. When she sat and told the children the truth, when she told her kids the truth about who he was and what he did, they were more focused of being on her side, because at one point they didn't have an understanding. They knew nothing of life. They never seen the outside. They never felt rain. They never felt the wind come through their head. They never felt the coldness of air or the feeling of snow. Never felt the warmth of the sun breathe down on your face. When you just put your face up in the sky and let that sun shine on your face and you feel that warmth of the sun. They never felt that. They never felt the grass between their toes, being outside running around the grass as children, not having no shoes on. They never had that. They never had none of that. It was like they was born into a whole new world. And it was whatever world that she had to create for them. But I kept saying to myself, why didn't y'all bust this man upside the head? These kids getting old enough. When she told y'all the truth, even in the original story with 7 kids, why didn't you guys lay wait? When this man walked through that door, he had them all psychologically effed up. All of them. That he had this power over them that they were terrified. Because I don't mean no harm. We would have laid the wait. And when this Bama walked through the door, y'all had frying pans. She was down there cooking. It'd have been some hot oil on this MFer. You know what I'm saying? He'd have got knocked upside the head. It was a toilet seat down there. He ended up putting a toilet down there. I would have took the back of the toilet, the top of the toilet. Man, come on. He'd have walked through that door, that toilet, the back of the toilet seat thing would have been hitting him upside his head. But he messed them up so bad that they couldn't strategize. They couldn't come up ways to get themselves up out what they was doing. It was so many ways to get out of that place when that man came in there. But I could say that. You know why? Because I wasn't going through what she was going through. Mentally, her head was gone. He never slept there. He never slept there. Oh, yeah, that's about how you try to kill him. Oh, yes, and how I forget that part. Because this man lost his job. He had a foreclosure on the home. And because he was spending all the extra money with the air and feeding her, being downstairs and down there taking care of her, he ain't had the money, he ain't had the funds. If it wasn't for that the youngest son coming into that garage, I believe they would have been dead. I'm sorry, this is spoiler alert because we from Monday to Saturday we'll say what movie to watch, and then on that following Monday we'll talk about it. Yes, the attempted murder. I said, so what, you gonna kill him now? Yeah, I think she has Stockholm syndrome. It was. He messed up mentally, and the most beautiful thing of it all, when it was all said and done, the daughter's gonna have mental issues, no doubt. They all gonna have to see some type of therapist, reach out to some type of psychiatrist, and they're gonna need help mentally. They got, they were, to me, they wasn't properly nourished. To be properly nourished is that you need exercise. To raise a child needs to be able to roam, have exercise, be outside, have social skills with other children, So they weren't properly raised right as far as the environment and stuff. So they had to learn a whole new life. But what made me, it was so amazing that young man, Chris, as soon as he, I guess, heard about it in the movie, yes, and he paid every time she kept touching the lock. It was a password key. If you do it more than 3 times, it shut off the ventilation. It shut off the ventilation in the bunker. So once she learned that, she couldn't keep messing with that. She had to stop trying to figure out what the lock code was, because if you do it more than 3 times, it cut off the ventilation and cut the lights off, shut the ventilation down, had trouble breathing, and he kept changing it every day. Every time she messed with it, he kept changing the code on the lock anyway. So eventually she stopped messing with that, because then she had to focus on her children. She could not have her kids not have no air. You know what I'm saying? But I like the way it ended. The guy, Chris, he was still there. Now, to know whether or not they proceeded into a relationship, we don't know. But he was there for her. When it was all said and done, he was like, he started to cry, a little bit of saying that he believed the story. The father came up with the story, talking about the girl ran off with some guy named Steve, that where they used to live, from a little boy that she was in school with, that they grew up together. Man, it was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. And it breaks my heart to find out a young lady, young people, right now somebody may be going through something. Stuff happens in the neighborhood that we live in. We don't even know. We don't even know. Kids come missing every day. They could be right in your neighborhood. And you don't even know. You never know what's going on in someone's house. They could smile like an angel in your face and be a devil behind closed doors. You hear me? You hear me? We never know what's going on behind someone's door and in their home. That's why we got to protect our kids. We got to keep them close. That's all with the sex trafficking and people kidnapping kids and little girls, little boys, teenage girls, kidnapping people and stuff. And they could still be right in the same city, right in a residential neighborhood, right in a house on the same street you live on. Like the Cleveland abduction. Yes, Renee, Miss Reese. Yes, they were right still in Cleveland all those years, right in the neighborhood, all those years, having babies by this man, all those years. And then this MF, because I don't want to cuss on the channel too much, but this MF helped. We talk about the Cleveland now, because she brought that up. He was part of the search party for one of the little girls. Remember when one of the little girls got missing in the neighborhood? They showed a flashback camera. When all this stuff came out, they showed footage of him being part of the search party, helping to look for the little girl. And the whole time he had the little girl in his house, in his basement. In the neighborhood they looking for. This Bama is part of the search party. Whew. We gotta get off of this one. Because you know what? I'm a mom. A lot of you people, a lot of you soul squads are moms. A lot of you are aunts and uncles if you're not moms, and grandmothers and stuff. And to see and to hear and to have no understanding how someone could do the things that they do to someone they claim that they love. Oh, you just saw the lie? It drives me. It just drives me crazy. Like I said, I have been through a lot. I do not have a perfect family. I love my boys, but they're not perfect. Each one had their ups and downs, and I done had my challenges with them. But I'm telling you, on everything who I am as a mom, as a human being, as a child of God, I would never think of hurting something that I supposed to protect, no matter what they put me through. Okay, y'all ready for the next one? If you haven't seen it, it's on Lifetime. It's on demand. It is a sad watch. I never wanted a movie to end so fast. I literally wanted this movie to end. Excuse me. I wanted this movie to end because it was a sad watch. It was just Whitney. Whitney said it was just too stressful. It was. It was just too stressful. And y'all know I do 4 out of 5 stars. I give this movie 4.5 stars. I mean, it's a watch. I do. I give it 4.5 stars because everybody did their part in this movie to bring it to life. You know what I'm saying? They really acted their butt off to make you really feel what was going on, to bring you into it. You know, the abuse was the whole thing was abuse, from the mental to being held captive to the incest to the rape. I mean, he abused her on all levels. That's why. So like someone said that she had a hey, Curtis, okay, that's why someone said she had that Stockholm syndrome because he abused her on all levels. He abducted her. He raped her. The rape was incest because it was her father. And then he mentally abused her. And then he physically abused her. He abused her on all levels. The Girl in the Basement, Lifetime movie, Miss Lady, that it came on Saturday that we all watched, and it's on demand now. If you want to look, like I said, it's a watch. It's gonna pull you in because you're gonna feel all the emotions. It's gonna bring out all so many emotions that you have. If you're a good person and you have no understanding on why people do the things that they do, it's gonna bring all of that out of you. It's gonna really make you feel a certain kind of way. I said that's why I couldn't watch it. I just couldn't deal. Yeah. It was a whole lot. Now I don't think I would ever watch that movie again. Yes, we come. I'm talking about that too, Brandon. We got a whole lot of heap of stuff to come out talk about. So let's get started on our next topic. Okay, Girl in the Basement, Lifetime is on demand. It was sad. Real life events. Check it out if you can. Yeah. So anybody look at I Care a Lot? We on to Netflix. Let's go to Netflix. Remember, I told everybody look at I Care a Lot. Hey Tony. Everybody talk. Okay, did anybody? Okay, we Miss. I mean, we can't talk about the lie. The lie was one of our very first reviews. We moved on from the lie, but I'm glad you watched it. It was a good movie, and it goes to show how far will you go for your child. Them parents went too far. They did too much. They had no respect for another person's life. They tried to set the father up. They didn't care about whether or not that little girl was dead or not. But we're not going to talk about that. We can't go backwards. We're going forward. But check it out. It was a good movie. We've been there with the lie. But it was just like, what would you do for your child? You know? Crazy. I know you said you missed the review. I know it was crazy. But the review is up. Actually, the review is up. This is like my fifth movie review. My fifth review. Okay, you saw it, Nikki T. Who else looked at I Care a Lot? That was one of our another project, another show, Netflix original. I Care a Lot. We're about to do spoiler alerts because we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. I can't a lot. Yes, Miss Fields, Kern, Low Life. It was crazy. Yes, Christmas Girl. Yes, Maggie. Yes. But we about to do spoiler alerts all the way around the yard. Now, bureaucracy is a mother effer. Bureaucracy is a mother effer. It makes me. You had your co-worker watching? Okay. It makes me think, can this really happen in real life? Can a doctor come along, falsify papers, saying that someone has can't take care of themselves, a judge do an emergency hearing, not even contacting a person to let them know we about to do this to you, make someone else your guardian, and y'all just whooshing and take her out her house. That thing had me thinking. That thing had me thinking. The bureaucracy behind this, the plan, the greed, the money, our senior citizens. Do they do this in real life? And can they do this in real life? That make no sense. I don't think you could do that in real life. I can't think you could hold a emergency meeting based on someone else's life without contacting them, not even ever sending them anything in the mail or saying that you got a hearing. And they was like, ain't nobody know about me for no hearing. The doctor was in on it. The nursing home was in on it. And her company was just gone. Let's discuss the man from the beginning when it first come on who was trying to see his mom. They did this to this lady. And he ended up, he was in court. Let's talk about the idiot ass judge who believed everything that came out the lady's mouth. Okay, he believed everything that came out of her mouth because she had her stuff set. Now, let me tell you, it was a brilliant scam. Okay? Was it wrong? Oh, yeah, it was wrong as two left shoes. But I ain't mad at it. The girl had moxie. You know what I'm saying? Who could sit down and think of something like that and get away with it for years? You know what I'm saying? I was like, what in the heck? Who is so diabolical in the brain that you could sit around and build a whole company around scamming senior citizens, and then you could bring other people in on it, and that goes to show you the greed that is in this world. Because one, the lady who was the doctor, you're a doctor, you got a PhD. I know you got some money or some coins. What would make you want to betray your patients like that? What is that this woman said to you to bring you on board? Do you forget the HIPAA Act? I mean, all that. You let everything that you learn in medical school, all the HIPAA Act, everything that's supposed to be doctor-patient confidentiality. I mean, you let all of that stuff loose for money. The greed in the world is real. People are greedy. And when they don't, if you could set your mind into doing something so scandalous that has such a big scam like this, why can't you set your mind to do something, the girlfriend too, to do something that was positive to bring you money? You know what I'm saying? But it was all about greed. That's why she went out to the senior citizens. You know what I'm saying? And the judge, he was just dumbfounded. Somebody said, oh, I think the judge was in on it. That judge wasn't in on it. He was oblivious to everything she was doing. He just took her because she had a good track record, claiming she, quote unquote, loved the senior citizens, loved taking care of them. The family don't understand. And that's why we got to step in, Your Honor. We got to take them and save them from their family. And then when you got a doctor who is the patient's doctor, the senior citizen doctor, backing it up with paperwork, falsified paperwork at that, he taking all this shit at face value. But you know what, Miss Bills? I thought that at the beginning, when everything started to unravel, I said, they done mess with the wrong senior citizen. I kept calling them senior citizens. I don't know in my head. I said, they done mess with the wrong senior citizen. I said, they done mess with the wrong mother. But he failed me, y'all. I was rooting for him. That's my little shorty for Games of Thrones. Like I used to root for him on Games of Thrones. He let me down. You know why he let me down? Because some way, when this whole thing was started to unravel, remember, he was crooked himself. He was a Russian. He was crooked. He was transporting women. Okay? He was into sex trafficking. Y'all remember that. You see that part. He was into sex trafficking. So here's all about greed and money too, and not doing things the right way. But I was rooting for him because I was mad at what this woman was doing to these old people. Someone needed to bring her down, regardless of who he was, what he was doing. I was rooting for him. He let me down. He let this be. He let this be. Get him, drug him, naked him, leave him laying in the road. At first, I thought she was going to kill him. But remember, she know all the rules and the regulations about how you become someone's guardian over them. So what she did is that she incapacitated him. She drugged him up, made it seem like he was a John Doe, made it seem like he was found butt naked. She set that all up so he'd go what? And for some reason, she kept getting the same MF judge. Sometimes it make you want to believe whether or not the judge was in on it. Yeah, and he saw it. That's right. She was smart. And she wanted those diamonds. It really was about those diamonds too. Because at one point, yeah, the mother had stuff. But when she found the diamonds, and at one point he almost made me feel like it wasn't even about his mother half the time. It was somewhat about his mother, but it was more about those diamonds. That man wanted those diamonds. You hear me? She was greedy, and she let greed lead her. But I'm going to tell y'all don't know, I be writing for hobbies. I got all kinds of stories up in me. When at one point when I was looking at this, I had turned around and told Jackson, because Jackson looked at a lot to me. I said, he going to hook up with her in this scam. You know why I said that? Because of who he was. He had greed too. He was greedy. He was already trafficking humans. So that let me know right there that if you wasn't his family, he could care less about you. Okay? So that, yes, once she found the diamonds, yes. And so that let me think that once you wasn't his family, he could care less about you because he was already human trafficking. I said, so something in me said, he gonna hook up with her with this scam. And damn if he didn't. He at this point he had no choice because she had him by the foot. She had him by the foot. He wouldn't be able to leave the hospital, do anything. Everything that he owned would have been onto her. I haven't seen it or heard about it. Beloved. At the end, let's talk about it. I haven't heard anything about that. So I'll do that after I do these last two. So they hook up. The mother get out. They split the diamonds. She all on TV. They build a corporation all over the world scamming people. They got praised for it. They got successful for it. They got filthy rich for it. I was mad. My sister said, keep watching. Did y'all keep watching? I was mad. It's on Hulu? Okay, baby. I will throw that in there. I was mad. But at the end, justice was served. Because guess what? She forgot about the little man. See, she stomped all over that man. Made him, he couldn't see his mother. That man loved his mother. That man wanted to be with his mother. You hear what I'm saying? Yes, that man wanted to be with his mother. She forgot about who she hurt in the past as she climbed this corporate ladder to get rich by scheming and scamming on senior citizens. Well, her and that girl, her and her girlfriend come out to interview. What her girlfriend asked her, what we gonna do today? She said, anything we MF want. Guess what happened to her? She got killed. That Bama came from around the side, from wherever he came from. He said, my mother died alone in a nursing home. He shot this chick. And I'm going to tell you who was clapping. That actually happened in Georgia, I believe, last year to two. She still can't find her mother. What? Oh, my God. You told me somebody was clapping? Did anybody feel like at the end of this movie, that twist? Because before that happened, wasn't you guys upset that she got away with it in your head? Then you was like, I can't believe this chick got away with it. I called her another word while I was looking at the TV. But that's what I kept saying. I kept saying, oh my God, I don't like this. I don't like the way this ends. Everything that she did, I said, my Russian dude let me down. He collaborated with her. I was like, oh my God. And then guess what? She got killed. I was in here clapping. I was way upset. I was so upset, man. But at the end, I was smiling. I never wanted anyone to get killed so bad in the movie as much as I wanted this woman, because I felt like she had got away with so much and it was all so wrong. And I was like, how can she just walk away from this? And when that man came from that corner and shot her, he should have shot the girl too. But he was so focused on her. He wasn't worried about the other young lady because she was in on it too. She was, once they got a new person to scam. She did all the research. She gathered all the information. She helped clean out the houses. So she was just as big as part of that as the other lady was, who was running everything. I wish he had shot both of them. I really did. I wish he had shot and killed both of them. But is she going to get hers in the end? Because guess what? The love of her life just got killed laying out in the middle of the street in a white suit, okay? Thought she was bad. But still, the Russian is still out there. He's still running everything. And if she has a successor who could pick up where she left off, what did he really accomplish? Yeah, he stopped her because he was angry, he was sad, he was hurt. And yeah, she did. She deserved the death. It was a good death. She deserved it. I truly believe she did. But remember, this is $1 million business now. $1 million firm making millions. He killed her, but he didn't stop the firm. It will go on. Just because the lady, once she bring herself together, she knows she's going to still be in cahoots with the Russian. So, really, what did he really stop? He got revenge on his mother by that one death, but the scam lives on. You know what I'm saying? The scam lives on. So, I Care a Lot. It was a good Netflix original. Again, it makes you think that bureaucracy do this happen in real life. Can this happen? Because y'all, I'm telling what I told my mother the other day. My mother, I know my mother going through everything she's going through with the cancer and the treatments. That's why she's sleeping today. She just came home. And that's like me too, Christmas girl. That's why I said nothing. It really didn't solve anything because the scam is still on. You know what I'm saying? The Russian and the girlfriend is still pushing on. They still making millions. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that happened is that she's no longer the leader of the bunch. She's dead and gone. So they're going to keep doing what she's doing. They're going to keep doing what they're doing. It's on Netflix, Beauty 316. It's called I Care a Lot. So y'all gonna like this, but I'm gonna tell you what I did because I joke with my mom all the time. And Tia was on the phone, and Tia got me and Tia was FaceTime on the phone, and me and Tia was talking, and my mom was saying something to me, and I didn't hear my mother talking to me, right? So I'm on FaceTime still talking to Tia, and my mother kept saying, Tanya, oh, you listen to me, and I said, Tia, watch this. I said, woman. She said, what? I said, don't make me care like you. She said, what? I said, don't make me care like you. I said, I will kill out your ass from here. You ain't gonna see it coming. And Tim started dying laughing. Y'all, my mama ain't know what I was talking about. I said, don't make me kill at you. I said, I will get an emergency hearing. And I said, I will become your overseer and you be gone. Man, I had T on the phone dying, man. And to this day, my mom still know what I mean. I said, Mom, don't make me kill at you. She was like, what the fuck that mean? That's like what she said. Y'all know how my mama talk. And I'm sorry, you too, but I had to, I'm going to tell the story. I got to tell the way she said it. And that's exactly what she said. Man, I mean, Tim was in here dying. Tim was on the phone dying. I was on the sofa dying. I said, yeah, Tim, anytime she get on our nerves, let's tell her we going to kill at her. And she going to be all confused. She ain't going to know what we talking about. Man, that movie was crazy. Oh man, I like the fact that I could joke with my mother, and cause we got a good relationship, me, her, and Tia. And my mom said she didn't know what the heck we was talking about. That thing was so funny, but yeah, okay. I care a lot. Netflix, watch it. It is good. Okay, it was a good movie. I love it. I like Dorothea threatened to send Sophia. That's right. And so next, oh, please give me who told me y'all looked at this because we mentioned this last week. And a lot of people didn't look at it. I don't want to give a spoiler alert, but y'all got to watch this movie, Behind Her Eyes. It was recommended last week. Hey, Triple S. It was recommended last week by one of the Soul Squad members. I told them I was going to recommend it to y'all anyway. We recommend it. Did anybody look at Behind Her Eyes? If you didn't, I'm not going to talk about it. Because this is one that's really, really need to be discussed. That really, really need to be watched. Because the twist that's at the end of this series. Now, you finish it today, Hazel? It's a series. Now, Netflix is calling it a limited series. And I spent all weekend. You saw Behind Her Eyes? Okay, Nikki. Why? It was Nikki. And that was, oh, we got to talk about it. Y'all gotta go look behind her eyes so we could talk about it because it was crazy at the end. It was crazy. I did not see that coming. I did not expect it. What happened at the end? I had tears in my eyes because I felt sorry for the baby, the little baby. I felt sorry for the little boy at the end. Y'all, we're not gonna talk about Behind Her Eyes. It seemed like only 3 people watched it, me and 2 other people. I want you guys to look at, and I had my friend Juliet go watch it. Me and her, she called me yesterday. She said, are you for real? I said, yes. I said, did you see that? It better get another season. And see, and this is what I don't understand, because I kept asking Juliet, when Netflix say something is a limited series, do they mean that it's only going to be that one season, or it's going to come back, but don't expect a lot of series or episodes? See, I'm lost with the word limited series. I'm kind of afraid that it may not get another season, and it deserves. She's doing good. It deserved another season. It was very, very well written. The twist at the end was so good and unexpected. So I'm like, I don't know what limited series mean. I'm lost. I don't know what to look it up at, how to contact Netflix and find out what do y'all mean by limited series. Because I go through Netflix all the time and I see a lot of things say limited series. That means this all we get? And if that's all we get, they wrong for that. Because you can't deliver nothing that is so good, so well written, so well acted, and then give you this amazing twist at the end that you did not see coming, and to say it's a limited series, that's it. Because somebody got to get a loss. Because at the end of the day, no. You think it was just a test run to see how people react to the show? I hope so, because I need all my souls go watch that. We need to get this show some views because they gotta come up with a season 2. Behind Her Eyes. On Netflix is Behind Her Eyes, and it's a picture of a black lady and a Caucasian man on it, on the cover, and it's called Behind Her Eyes. It has to be another season. It has to be another season. I thought it was a different kind of series. Yeah. It has to be another season. Okay. Go look at Behind Her Eyes on Netflix, y'all. I got another Netflix movie for y'all. Did anybody check out Jenny in Georgia? I finished it in one night. Is it 8 episodes or 10? Even 8 or 10 episodes. It's a series. I ain't gonna say nothing to you about it. If you like drama, Jenny in Georgia. It's a series about a mother and a daughter. It's a series about a mother and a daughter. It's a good series. It's about a coming of age of the daughter coming into her own. Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it, Nikki? It was so good. It was about the daughter and mother relationship. Only thing I'm gonna say is that the mother had the daughter when she was like 15 or 16. So now her daughter is 15 or 16. The mother is young and pretty. And let's put it like the only thing I put out there that the mother's a scam artist. That's all I put out there. The mother's a scam artist, and her daughter is just starting to see who her mother really is as a person. Go look at Jenny in Georgia. Behind Her Eyes, and that is going to be our Netflix reviews for next week. I know these are series, but you have a whole week. If you look at them within 2 days, you can finish both these series. They are so good. When we talk about them next week, they are so good. I didn't think Jenny in Georgia was going to be good. My mom was looking at it, and I heard her looking at it, and I saw the previews on Netflix. I said, now let me check this out. I couldn't stop watching. I ran it. I stayed up to 4:30 in the morning. I need to get on you, Dean, Miss Dean. Everybody keeps saying how good you is. I think it's in season 3 now. It needs a second season for sure, especially where it ended. And I believe it is. I think it's going to get its ratings. It's going to get a second season. Jenny and George was really good. Yeah, just look. She said I just added them to my list. Yes. So Behind Her Eyes, Jenny in Georgia. And don't forget about Buried by the Bernards. That's a reality show. You are so good. That is a reality show. It's a reality show about a family that has their own. Well, don't move. I'm gonna beat you up, Michael. It's a reality show about a family on Netflix that have their own funeral home. If you didn't look at Buried by the Bernards, if you want to laugh, oh, you did? Okay. Lupin was good too. Lupin. Um, why my mother's stuff ain't come yet? Mike, you see any Family Dollar bags outside? It's 8:27. Her stuff should have been here. Oh, I didn't even see the next thing. So she might not. They complete the order. They should be on the way. And that was $16. Yeah, I hope he got that. I didn't even talking to you. I hope they put all my mother's stuff right. When you order stuff offline from groceries, you gotta pay attention to the phone because they ain't got anything. And if you're not talking with your shopper, you'll end up getting nothing or something that you didn't even ask for. And I see one item they didn't get, and he tried to substitute, and I didn't even see to tell him what I need to do. So yeah, so yeah, Jenny in Georgia. Buried by the Bernards. If you want to see something funny, you know what? Buried by the Bernards is refreshing. You know, it's different from all these other reality shows. You remember, reality shows started. They took over our life. But now, to me, I believe the ones that this is still, I don't look at Atlanta Housewives. I don't look at none of that stuff no more. Because it's keeping up with I don't look at none of the Kardashians, whatever the hell their name is. I don't look at none of those reality shows anymore. Marriage boot camps and all that stuff. Because to me, I believe all that stuff, love and basketball and and basketball wives or whatever that stuff called. I don't look at none of that stuff no more just because I feel as though that it's so scripted and it is. I just can't get past it. And then some people that came out that like love and hip hop and all that stuff. You remember when that girl had to go to court? What's her name? Puerto Rican princess. She said it. She said it's split. She said it's scripted. What's it called? Friction. I'm gonna look at that. It's scripted, but I'm gonna tell you, you want something fresh and refreshing, make you laugh and funny. Go look at this Buried by the Bananas reality show on Netflix. It got about 6 episodes. It's going to make you laugh. The family is hilarious. They're a black family, black owned funeral home family in Memphis, Tennessee. I want them to get a second season. I didn't feel like it was scripted. Uncle Kevin is off the chain. Everybody got an Uncle Kevin in their life, okay? I got one. My Uncle Kevin is called Uncle Steve. That one that constantly make you laugh when you want things to be serious and he take everything for a joke. He can turn a situation into just put a smile on your face and everything. You know, I ain't mean love and basketball, no, like I meant basketball wives. No, I love me some love and basketball. That's a movie. I meant basketball wives, far as like reality show. The Robin is funny. It is a good watch. I thought it was a good watch. Yes, Uncle Captain is off the hook. So you looked at it, Wanda. So I want you guys to go take a look at that. We don't have to do a review on that. That is just a suggestion. If you want something funny to watch, something to make you laugh, you know, that Buried by the Bananas will give that to you on Netflix. Look at Gina and Georgia. Series, good series, and go look at Behind Her Eyes. Next week, I want to talk about Jenny and Georgia, Netflix. I want to talk about Behind Her Eyes. I need you guys to watch that because if you don't look at it this week, next week it will be a spoiler alert. I'm going to lay it all out on the line on how I feel, what I thought, and this and that and the other, and what I think should happen next. Might say, yes, Wendy will. Okay, who know the upcoming name of the new movie this week on Saturday? I forgot it, y'all. I gotta do my homework. I'm gonna be reviewing stuff. I gotta be better than that. No, Sunshine, not yet. I'm gonna talk about that real quick too, Sunshine. I gotta look it up. I saw it. It's called A Circle of Deception. I think it's called A Circle of Deception. It's a drama coming on this week. Another one. I'm supposed to be torn out the headline. This one's about a wife killing the husband or setting the husband up. A bored housewife getting tired of her husband. And all this other stuff. Killing for money. Blah, blah, blah. You know how Amazon do it. No, you don't, princess. I could give you a review on Wonder Woman. No, you don't. Before we start on that. This week's Saturday Night Lifetime movie is going to be The Circle of Deception, 8 o'clock. Go check out the previews. I think it's going to be good. We got a lot of Lifetime movies coming up. We got the Mahalia Jackson story coming up, and I think it's coming up in March. In April, we got three movies coming up in April. I forgot the name of, but I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them for y'all. I don't think I'm yet because it's not coming up. Uncle Frank is good on Amazon too. All right, I'm gonna check out Uncle Frank and see if I like it, and if it's good, I'll tell everybody to get Uncle Frank. See, everything we look at, we don't have to do a review on because I just want to throw out some good movies for you guys to take a watch at. But some of the things that we got to review because they were just that good and they need to be talked about. And I think everything so far that just we've been talking about, they've been that good. It need to be talked about. Circle of Deception, Lifetime review coming up Monday. Jenny and Georgia, Netflix review coming up Monday. Behind Her Eyes coming up Monday. These will be the 3 reviews that's coming up on Monday. Now, the backtrack. I looked at Wonder Woman 1984 before I started doing reviews. The first one was better. It's my Brandon looked at it. Brandon said it was good to him. I mean, I looked at it. I didn't. The way they did it, I don't think they should have made a Wonder Woman 2. Quite honestly, they couldn't do it as better as they did one, they should have left it alone. If you want to watch, and I rate, I rate my stuff, I would give it 2.5 stars. If you could watch it for free, if you could watch it for free, I say watch it. If they still ask you to pay for it on these streaming apps, I say don't pay for it. Wait until it become available. It is one of those movies that you could look at on a Saturday or a Sunday if you ain't had nothing to do and it's just on, and it's a just because. It's one of those movies that's a just because, that don't pay your. You thought it was better than the first one? I didn't like it. I ain't gonna say I didn't like it. I liked the first one. First one was good. But I'm not gonna say I was disappointed. I mean, you gotta look at the whole thing. Maybe I need to watch it again, but I only looked at it there once. Did I pay much attention to it? It just wasn't. It wasn't. It just wasn't that good. And I know movies. That's just to toot my own horn. I've been looking at TV, looking at movies my whole life because I'm a shelter child. Okay, when I say a shelter child, not like a shelter, but I'm talking like I was sheltered with life. I was always in the house. I was always looking at TV. I stayed up to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning looking at movies and TV shows. My family used to quiz me on the TV guide when I was younger on what come on this day, what time, what channel. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I was so involved in movies. Thank you, Thelma. But everybody's gonna have their own opinion when it comes to a movie because we all looking for something different. You know what I'm saying? So what makes me not like it will probably make you like it. So that's why I said I did everything I do on my channel when it comes to on the couch, when it comes to food. Now with the movie reviews, it's just all my personal opinion. And if you can't get with it, I say go look at it, then come back with me and let me know what you think. Because everybody's opinion will not be the same, and everyone don't have to agree with my opinion. But Wonder Woman 1984 is one of those movies I would not pay for. I will watch it if it comes available free and then give it. That's what I gotta say about that. Hey, Misty. Now, guys, get on board. Coming to America, March the 5th. March the 5th is coming to Amazon Prime only. I'm sticking to what they saying. I'm still looking out to see if it's going to be anywhere else on any other streaming devices. But right now, from all the commercials I'm seeing, all the promotion that I'm seeing about this new movie is only going to be on Amazon Prime. And if you have Amazon Prime, you could get to see it for free. Like I told you guys, I don't like, but we gonna do shortcuts, okay? On Friday, get your Amazon Prime for 30 days for free, so you can watch the movie. Look at the movie 2, 3 times, depending on how you like it. If you want to see it more than once, you want to show it to your mama, your daddy, your children, whoever. Look at it as many times as you want. Then go back and cancel if you don't want to keep Amazon Prime. But I'm telling you, you might want to keep Amazon Prime. I swear by Amazon Prime, okay? They do their thing with that 2-day shipping. I'm saying I'll never get they have to pry Amazon Prime out my hand, y'all. I'm telling you, that's my thing. But if you want to look at it, oh yeah, and then Nikki T, yes, and then Nikki T just brought something up to me I didn't know about. I've been trying to find stuff on Hulu for you guys because I have Hulu. I've been trying to find stuff on Hulu to watch, so to give y'all a good movie to go on Hulu to watch, and I go to F movies and 1, 2, 3 movies. I did too, but my son won't update my Fire Stick. That's how I used to do it too. He being lazy, it's too much work to update the Fire Stick. But if you got a way to do it, let us know. Okay, how many? I know it comes out the 5th. It's on Friday. I'm saying, guys, let's watch this. Do y'all want to do a movie review on Monday? Or y'all want to give everybody a week to look at it and then do it the next following Monday? So, this is what we can do. If it come out on Monday, on Friday, I can even do the review on the 8th or the 15th. What y'all think? I should do the review on the 8th or the 15th to give people time to watch it. Because people going to have to find out ways to look at it. Let's talk about the poll in the chat. I will. So what y'all think? You think I should do the review on the 8th or the 15th? I'm thinking maybe the 15th, but I'm so excited to watch it. Van Helsing is a vampire movie. Yeah, it's a vampire movie. Okay, the 15th, to give people time enough to watch it, because Friday come, everybody not in the chat. We don't know who gonna go back and look at it. So y'all, the Coming to America review is gonna be on Monday the 15th, February the 15th. So everybody got a week to look at it. So we don't do no spoilers or nothing like that. It's gonna be the 15th. Thanks, guys. Thumbs up. Okay. Y'all saw my chat. This is what's going on with the flower. We gonna do, we got one person say on Monday because she look Dora like me. I'm anxious to talk about it after I see it, right? But we gonna go. We had the majority of the crowd say the 15th, so we gonna go with the 15th so they get everybody time. So everybody figure out how they're gonna look at it. Whether or not we gonna do Amazon Prime, or you gonna go to your 1, 2, 3 movies, or you gonna pay for it, or how we gonna do it. So the 15th will be that review for Coming to America. I need some water. All this talking make a girl's throat dry. We got 182 people, 170 likes. Y'all better go ahead and like this thing video up. It's not hard. Go out of chat, hit like, come back in chat. It's done. Hey, okay. Let's talk about the poll. This is way off subject, but you know that's what we do here. We get off subject. We are now officially done with movie review Monday. I hope you guys are enjoying the movie reviews. I hope I am doing a good job with it. It's just about conversation. Let us know how we like the movies and whether or not the movies are worth watching, if it's worth our time. So the poll I did. When I very first started doing YouTube, I've been here 5 years now. I said by the time my third year, people was asking me, do you do cooking lessons? I said, oh, I don't do cooking lessons. I don't know how to do them. I don't know how I will start and all this stuff and everything. So I never I thought about it. And me and my brother had thought about it back in the day. I said, you know what? I'm not going to do cooking lessons because you got to rent out a place. It's going to be too expensive. You got to do this. You got to do that. But now, okay, fractured. Fractured. I gotta write this down. Let me put this in my notes because you bitch. Oh, WandaVision on episode 7. I gotta look at episode 7 again because I was looking at with my mother and she kept asking me too many questions and I couldn't get into it. And I told Mom, I said, Mom, I can't explain to you. There's a whole lot to explain. So and then my son came up last night to Mom. Did you see episode 7? I said, I was watching with your grandmother, but she was asking me so many questions. I really ain't paying attention to it. I'm saying I'm gonna have to go watch it again. So I gotta go look at episode 7. Thank you, Sunshine. Let me put the name of that movie in here before I forget, Christmas Girl, because I be looking for stuff fractured. I be looking for stuff to look at too. Okay. All right, Netflix fractured. Okay. Um, so I've been trying to contemplate all weekend. What can I do to raise money? Because somebody said you need to start a GoFundMe fund. I don't want to start a GoFundMe fund because I don't. It's too much controversy about that. And a lot of people GoFundMe fund came along to help people that's in really dire need in some type of tragedy or something. I really don't want to do it. I did a GoFundMe fund before, and it worked out for the foremost. It helped me get my cake business off the ground, and it then But I want to really try to do this myself. And I want to find a way to do it without I put the work in, that I feel good that I did it, and I'm not just saying, somebody help me, help me, help me. I want to know that I put the work in to help myself. I'm putting the work in because I've been doing these YouTube videos trying to play catch up because I'm a month behind in YouTube when I got sick. So that month and a half not making videos, it really hurt me when it came to my income. Excuse me, because what happened with YouTube is that the way we get paid off monthly. So like now, this is March. What I be getting paid for, I'm getting paid for my January. What be coming, I be getting paid for my January check. I forgot how it go, but our pays are off by month. So when you don't make videos on YouTube, they don't recommend you as much. So if I go a whole month without making videos, I'm not getting no recommendations. If I'm not getting a recommendation, that means my views are down. And if my views are down, that means my RPM is down. And my RPM is the money that you make. You can make anywhere from $1 to $4 a video or something like that. It can be higher. So all my stuff went down. All my stuff went down because I got sick. So now I'm struggling to bring it back up. And I'm doing that I'm trying to put at least 4 to 5 videos out a week. 4 to 5 videos out a week. And I'm trying to be consistent. I think for the foremost, since I've been back, I've been trying to be very consistent. I'm trying to get at least 4 videos, some content up, but I don't want to just throw anything up. I want it to be interesting for my viewers. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do anything and say, oh, I'm putting up a video because I need to get paid. That's not me. Because at the end of the day, I joined YouTube because I liked it. Then when I found out you could make money for it, it made me like it even more. But you just want to, everything you do, you got to do it with pride. You just don't want to throw anything up here just to say, I put up a video, watch it, so I can get paid. That's not how I am. That's not how I want to be. So when I do put up the content that make it, I think very hard about the content I put up. I try to think very hard about the food videos that I put up because I'm like this. I look at YouTube too. I got favorite YouTubers. And when I go on their page, I want to see something I want to see. So I just don't want to be like, oh man, they just threw a video up, be throwing it up. That's not how I want my page to look like. That's not how I want to be. I want to work very hard for my page. I want to give you guys good content that's interested you. So when you turn on, you have to want to watch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Miss T put a video. Oh yeah, I'm gonna look at this. I don't want nobody to come to a video and be like, oh, she just put anything up. No, I'm not trying to be that person. So, and it comes to trying to raise money, I wanna I want to put in the work. And I like teaching. I like cooking. And so, like I said, when they was asking me this on YouTube Live Soul Squad, I don't know if any of these Soul Squads still look at me, who was asking me back in the day, do I do cooking lessons and stuff? So I put up a poll to figure out. I talked to my girlfriend Rhonda about 2 weeks ago. Hey, what if I do cooking lessons? And I said, do them on Zoom. And she said, I said, do classes. She said, no, don't do classes. She said, you should do one-on-one. She said, I'll help you figure it out and stuff. And so that's why I put the poll up. It's like, what do you guys think about cooking classes? Because a lot of people, only reason I say that, I get so many emails, y'all. Y'all just don't know. I just read in the day, I get so many emails, so many messages and DMs on my Facebook like page. How people, simply saying, can you please make some more seats so I can buy? I get so much. Um, People tell me how I done showed them how to cook. You done helped me and learn me. My husband is loving my food. My children is loving my food. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that warms my heart. That made me feel so good that I'm teaching people who don't know how to cook or who wasn't interested in cooking and they doing it now. You know what I'm saying? And I got people saying that, my mom is not with me or my grandma's not with me and I got my first apartment and you showed me how to cook this. I'm learning to cook from you. A friend of my son's, Brandon, told Brandon, man, I'm learning how to cook from your mom. Your mom showed me how to do this, how to do that, all through YouTube. And so I feel like I need to take that to another level. So I'm still trying to figure out the gist of it, how it would work, and what I would do and stuff. So even though I put the poll out, it's not going to happen overnight. I can watch any video you put up. Oh, thank you, Lil Light. Even though I put the poll up, it's just a fragment of suggestions that I'm going through in my head on what I need to do to raise this money to get this flower out there. And hey, SoulfulT and everyone. Hey, Veronica McLeod. So, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to think of different things and to do. I'm trying to get my merch off the ground. I got a meeting this Wednesday with my son. He said we're gonna go into this meeting on Wednesday. The people who did my graphics, they gave me new graphics for T-shirts and stuff. So we try to find a way what to do with these graphics. It's about to be hot. What can we put these graphics on? What would sell? What would people like? I gotta think as a consumer because I am a consumer, but now I'm a consumer who's a boss who's trying to build a brand. And so, and the good part is that I've been a consumer for so long that Tiffany Lee can say, when is the season going to be ready? That I'm trying to think like what people would like. Tiffany, I'm not doing the flower right now. I'm not doing the flower right now, unfortunately. I because it was just I've been doing it for 2 years. 2 years. And I love it that it's successful. I never had anything that was more successful than my flower, than my YouTube, and my flower has been the most successful journeys of my life. As far as like, trying to build something. And but I've been doing it for 2 years, and it's getting overwhelming. Even with the help that I got, my like I said, I love my boys dearly, but they on their own journey and they do their own things. And sometimes it gets hard to tell people, hey, I got orders. I need somebody to help me make this flower. And then they always say, oh my, I got this to do, I got that to do. And I get these orders, and it's just it's overwhelming. And I love that it's overwhelming, but I had to stop it so that I could, get away. What are you doing? You make me lose concentration, little boy. Bye, Jackson. Dancing, standing in front of me, dancing. Hey, little boy coming dancing in front of me, dancing. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? And I'm trying to talk to y'all. And he dancing in front of me, and I'm looking like, what you doing? You know what? Bad Jackson. Talking about some damn Players Club.
With Diamond.
With Diamond. I'm about to hurt Jackson, y'all. Y'all just don't know. Me and Jackson are like this, man. I'm about to hurt this little boy.
On wheelchair. You gonna slow dance for him? How you did?
TikTok. Okay. I gotta find something else to do in the TikTok. I said I got you guys another TikTok video.
I'm not used to this.
That's what I use for my fried chicken. See, everything I do, people was like their aprons. They wasn't selling. People was complaining about the prices, but then people don't understand that I gotta pay for them. I gotta get the embroidery. People charging me. They not charging me nothing cheap. They not giving it away to me. So I got to and you got to look at what you pay for the apron, what you pay for the people to do the work on the apron, the shipping that's involved, and then that's when you come up with how much you're going to charge. Once you figure out how much you got to put into it to make this apron come to life, then you got to figure out, okay, you got to get back what you put into it, and then you got to match it with a profit. And then when you do that and you give a price, say, okay, it's going to be $24. $24 for an apron. What you I'm not as I give up easily. I give up easy. So I just be like, I can't do it. I don't want the headache. I can't do it. I can't go no lower. Understand that you can have sales, but you're in the business to make money at the end of the day. When you open a brand, when you open a business, you into it to make the money. I can't give away. If I'm putting $12 to make it come to life, I'm at or 15. I don't know whatever it come up to. I gotta see it in profit. But you don't use money as the money come in. You have to save that money. You got to put back into the business. Oh, family dog, that's all. Ain't nothing else out there because I didn't respond to the bucket and I didn't see it. I get it. And stuff. I'm not gonna give up. It's I give up on my son, so I ain't gonna give up on myself. I just keep strategizing on what I could do different to bring it in. Because in the day, it does take money to make money. That's just a realistic part of life. Yeah, you gotta cut your losses. Yeah, and it takes money to make money. The only real thing that was selling is this flour, and I don't want to give up on my flour. So, cause I ain't Paula Dean, boo. Hey, he said, "What about print?" It's gonna work itself out. I'm not gonna give it up. Yeah, and so that's why I got all these new graphics. My son, I'm trying to keep it in the business Okay, somebody said they sent me some information. I'm gonna check my email. Nobody say I still got some flour. I hold on to it like gold. I'm trying to keep everything in the business. Since with the pandemic going on, everybody getting unemployment, people really not working and stuff like that. My son came up with an idea that he want to start his own merch page, and he want to do his own clothing thing through merch, like sweatshirts, t-shirts, and using his symbol. I came up with the idea. I said, Joshua, if you're gonna do merch, you're gonna do my merch. He wanna run my merch and set my merch up and set designs. Okay, we got graphics and we got the old graphics, now we got the new graphics. When you gonna get started? He said we're gonna get started this Wednesday. But then I gave him this idea. You're young, you're 24. He wear a lot of things like t-shirts and sweatpants, and he got like his sign is Leo. I told him, won't you come up with your own merch? I said, I see people do it all the time. I seen this story on this young man, 14 years old. He did it through Instagram. He came up with his own merch, and he done took off. Even stars like Jay-Z and everybody is wearing this little boy's merch. And I told Josh, I could see your merch because your sign is a Leo. You're a go getter. You're a Leo. I said, won't you get merch and t shirts? Do something like have Leo, spell it out, and had dots between it. And then on the back of the t shirt, had this real fierce lion. Face of a lion or something to stand for Leo. And I said, why don't you do that with your t-shirt? I said, then get some sweatpants and stuff, and put Leo, and then put a little emblem under the sign to say Leo or something like that. I was trying to help him create that. I said that would be so awesome. Yeah, been waiting for the minute. Yeah, the face mask stuff. So I was trying to tell him about ideas, but he get his own merch out there. I said, you look good in clothes. Y'all remember when he did that clothing haul? He's a nice petite size young man, and he a nice looking young man. And I said, you look good in your clothes when you dress up. Cause he did that clothing haul for fashion men, a fashion Nova man. He looked real nice. So I said, put yourself out there. I said, let's sit down together and come up with ideas with your merch and my merch, and let so you want to do you have a fundraiser party? Have a fundraiser party? A SoulfulT mask. Yeah, that sounds right. We gotta find somebody to make them. I don't know nobody who make no mask. Tiffany Lee said, let's partner up, girl. Okay, Tiffany Lee, email me. Somebody said start a Twitch. What's a Twitch? Look, JD said, McGaza said, Joshua, honey, Joshua, my boo. Yeah, you saw that story about that little boy. Yes. And then I was telling him, I look at this couple called Lily and Gramps. Sit and Mo do math. That's right. I said I look at this couple called Lily and Gramps, and I was like, Gramps got her own merch line. And from when I be looking at their videos, people be buying her stuff, her little sweatsuits, workout gear and stuff. I was like, if Gramps could do it, I said you could do it. Yes, because Gramps got, I was telling him about Gramps, how she was selling her own little stuff with her own little logo and stuff on it. Nikki said, I got 3 bags left. I should have bought more. And so I try to I'm telling you, one thing I'm an encourager. I be encouraging my boys on, but they get so lost in the sauce. I be like, oh my God, come on, y'all. We trying to work, trying to build something together. Let's get with it. But my son said we gonna get started this Wednesday. I'm holding him to it, and thank you, Thelma. And so hopefully we can have everything ready by the time of spring. It's so much I want to do, but when I don't have a team, I don't have a team. Only my brother is my team with my flower, but with his job, and he go out of town with his job, he my mix master. It's a whole lot. I'm trying to get me a team with me for my YouTube channel. People to help me handle the social media. I'm not that good with the social media stuff. I mean, I do the YouTube, but I'm not that good with Instagram because I heard you can make money off of Facebook. I heard you can make money off of Instagram. I don't know if I got enough followers or the this or that to do what I need to do. I be trying. At one point, Brandon used to handle my social media, but then he moved out. He got to working, and he busy with working overtime, living his own life. So I got to learn more about social media, what I could do and what I can't do. It's going to happen. It's coming together. I said I need an assistant. I had an assistant, and so I never, I really can't. But yeah. So we gonna work on that. And like he said, he was to work on this Wednesday. I'll be glad because they sit around. You gotta get some inspiration from some damn where. Did that not inspiration you enough? Jeez. Hmm. Get some inspiration. Do they not understand? I'm telling you, y'all. I'm telling you, it's a lot, y'all. But hey, Rhonda Boo, what's up, dog? A fundraiser night. How would that work, Kern? Kern, email me. Email me. And see, and that's I'm trying to then that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do things that's all around my business. Stay within the business. Stay within the kitchen. I wanted to come up. I was like, I wanted to, at one point when I had a manager, I wanted to do what's the thing called chopping boards. I love chopping boards. The wooden bamboo type, the chopping boards and stuff. I was trying to figure out maybe I'm dealing with cooking, I'm dealing with kitchen. I love pots and pans. I love chopping boards. Maybe if I could get some type of merch with my name on it and stuff like that. And stuff. So I told my son the other day, I said, that site that you getting everything from, do they have pots and pans on there? Or do they have Berg, you can't email. Yes, SoulfulT45 at gmail.com. I do look at my emails. Every day I go to my emails and I look at emails and I star them and I go back and look at them and stuff. I was thinking about that, but then my mom was talking about, I said, they got to be good frying pans because anything that you do is going to represent you. You know what I'm saying? I said, so they got to be good frying pans, some good. I did used to have a YouTube manager. My YouTube manager, I don't know if she still watches me, and I love her to death. She was a good manager, but she was all about her. Every time I do something, she kept wanting me to promote her. We don't know who Beyonce manager is. I don't know who everybody else manager is. I don't know who, but every time my manager did something, she kept saying, "Did you put me in the link? Did you put my information in the link? Just she had a website. Did you put my website in it?" And I kept getting frustrated because I was like, this is my YouTube channel.
Right.
I ain't not supposed to put everything in it constantly be about you. I thought you supposed to came with your already, if you come as my manager, you supposed to already have your stuff together. You should worry about what not, if I'm putting stuff in my link and stuff about me, if I'm telling people about me, and I'm supposed to be constantly saying what I'm supposed to be saying about you. She was a good person. Maybe I was the first person that she managed and she didn't really know because she was kind of hard. My kids liked her. We all liked her. And, she let me out our contract and anything, didn't owe her anything. But that was my first experience with having a manager. I didn't like it. I thought being a manager, you should come with your stuff already together. And so it was just, so I had to let that go. No, I didn't have a YouTube manager. They stopped doing YouTube. I had a YouTube manager. My YouTube, I ain't talking about YouTube manager. I'm talking about this lady that I had, but this is my manager. I had a YouTube manager. My YouTube manager ended up leaving YouTube, let me know they was leaving YouTube, and just put and I didn't have one anymore. And then they took the qualifications up. Because everybody just don't get a YouTube manager. You got to be at a certain level, a certain status to get a YouTube manager. And just 2 weeks ago, I got an email from YouTube. It wasn't directly to me. It was a general email, but everybody to fill out to see if you qualify for a YouTube manager. I filled it out. So I haven't heard back from them. I haven't heard back from them yet. So I may not qualify. Yeah, you got to be at a certain level to get a YouTube manager. And at one point, I was at the level when I was in 100,000. He helped me get my blue check. He helped me get my helped me get my plaque. Because when I was over 100,000, I never got my plaque. I never got certified. He helped me do all of that. All that was done within 24 hours. And he told me about the blue book. He told me about the value of my channel and all that stuff. And then he had left YouTube. And every day YouTube rules and regulations change. And I guess at that point I didn't have a YouTube manager no more. I didn't qualify because they changed the qualifications. And then a couple of weeks ago they sent a thing, the application out for you to fill out to get a YouTube manager. So I filled out the application. They said someone will contact you, but I haven't heard from them. And it's hard to contact YouTube. You can't contact YouTube. Everything to do with YouTube and Google is through an email. And then I think they send back for real. I think they send back general emails that they use and send back to everyone. Okay, she said, okay, Bird. And so, yeah, so I don't know. YouTube kind of crazy. I, and I was trying to see what you said, but I didn't see something about somebody trying to promote themselves as a YouTube. Well, I was thinking about that, Jay. When my girl was alive, I used to do bake sales. When I made those cupcakes last week, everybody was like, "Oh my God, you need to go back in the cupcake business." Oh my family, my kids, and them love the cupcakes. They said, "Oh my, the cupcakes were so good. You need to go back selling cupcakes and all this stuff." So I was thinking about having a bake sale when the springtime come around April. I was saying around April I should do a bake sale. I used to do a bake sale every year, and I haven't had one the last 3 years. I've been in my house for 5 years. The first 2 years in this house, I had a bake sale, and I didn't have one since. And so I said maybe I should do a bake sale, do some cupcakes because yeah. I've done cupcakes in a while. I used to sell my cupcakes. I used to sell them all at my job, big time. People tell me my cupcakes better than Georgetown cupcakes. I had people getting off the bus drivers getting off the bus, leaving people putting their bus in park, getting off the bus, standing in line at my stand, getting my cupcakes. People's like, oh my God, these cupcakes are so amazing. Like, I used to sell cupcakes, but I don't know if they still do cupcakes trending still. I even seen my son back in the day when he was talking to some lady in Texas. I mailed her some cupcakes, some carrot cupcakes. And my son said, she said her children tore them carrot cupcakes up. She said the best carrot cupcakes she ever had. And I mailed them to Texas to this lady. But I haven't done cupcakes since 2014. Thank you, random person. Yeah, so it's so much that I used to do. I figured something out, y'all. I'm getting old. I got to figure something out, and I'm making my move. Then I'm making my move. Y'all, I'm moving, y'all. I ain't telling y'all. I always tell y'all I'm moving. Y'all ain't going to know it till y'all see it. I ain't going to tell y'all till I see it, till y'all see it. But it is happening, and it's in the works. So, yeah. Yeah. But I'm about to get off this live. Everybody who's going to email me, please email me. I will read your emails, get all the suggestions. Which movie? Let's go back to movie night. For this week, Lifetime, Circle of Deception, Circle of Deception. That's a new Lifetime movie coming on at 8 o'clock. We're gonna do a review on Monday. We're gonna do a review on Behind Her Eyes on Monday. We're gonna do a review on Jenny in Georgia on Monday. These are two Netflix. We did the girl in the basement already. So excuse me, I that water burp. On Monday review, Circle of Deception, Lifetime movie, 8 o'clock. On Monday review, Netflix, we're gonna do Jenny in Georgia and Behind Her Eyes. There's people throughout movies out here. Fraction, was it Fraction, Christmas Girl? She wants to check that out. I'm gonna check that out. Friday, Coming to America. If you got Amazon Prime, Friday coming to America, March the 5th will premiere for Prime users. You can look at it for free. They saying it's not going to be any other streaming apps. I'm not for sure, but so far I am seeing only Amazon will be having it. Again, get you a 30-day trial. After you look at the movie a couple of times, unsubscribe. What's the all black subscription? I keep seeing that. I don't know what that is. Thank you, Karen. You welcome. I don't know what that is. I saw that somewhere before. The all black. 7 seconds on Netflix. Okay. Somebody saying 7 seconds on Netflix. I'm going to watch that. Let me write that down. So I wrote fraction down too. I got that. Okay, the Anna Nicole Smith documentary on Amazon Prime. Let me see this. Let me write this down. What was that? 7 seconds? I'm going to go in the same notes. I don't want to do no different notes, sir. Go in the same one. Somebody said Anna Nicole. Let me write down this 7 seconds first. And 7 seconds is on Netflix. 7 seconds, Netflix. Okay. Anna Nicole Smith is on Hulu. I'm writing it down, y'all. Because in between my videos, y'all, I do have time to do what? Watch TV and think of stuff. Anna Nicole Smith documentary. Hulu. Okay. I got it. I don't know, Michael, what 7 seconds is, but we gonna find out. I'm gonna look at it and see if it's worth the watch. Every movie that we look at, we don't really have to discuss, but we can look at the movies and see whether or not it was good enough to watch it. And if it's a good watch, I'd be like, yeah, let's watch it. I'd be like, yeah, let's watch it. So yeah. So we gotta look at it, yes. All right, y'all, I'm out of here because you know why? We make this playback too long. Ain't nobody going to watch it. Because, you know, they'll get in the line. They come to it and they see the playback be like 2 hours. You're like, ain't no way I'm sitting watching no 2 hour playback. It's better when it's 2 hours, but when it's live. But when it's time to go look at the playback, I be like, bump that. That damn thing too long. Because I be doing it to other YouTubers myself. If I don't catch them live, I'll start looking at the playback and I be like, damn, they was on there for 2 hours. They was on there for an hour and a half. I even told my girl Tiana, I said, girl, I got to catch you live. I said, because your playbacks be too daggone long. Hey, I just keep it real. Me and Tiana be laughing about that. I said, I'll start off watching, girl. I fall asleep, wake up, that daggone thing still be on. So I don't expect nobody to do the same thing to mine. I'm telling you. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I love you guys so squad. See you guys next week. Enjoy your weekend. My next live is Saturday for On the Couch. What we gonna talk about? I don't know, but I'll be there. Don't be square. Ah, you like that? Y'all heard somebody say, "Don't be square." Good night, y'all. I love you guys. And everybody can email me what they suggestions and stuff and what they think. Like I said, the cooking thing was an idea I'm throwing out there to see how many people's really interested in it. No, it's not going to happen overnight. But if I get enough people say, yeah, go for it, do that, I'll come up with a strategy on how to do it, how to set it up, and I'm going to definitely let you guys know. But I'm just trying to come up with all different ways so that I could earn my own money on my own merits. And for no woman have to say that, oh, people, you did this and people just gave you that, or you keep asking people something. So, no, I want to do it my own way. I'm going to do it on my own merits, and I want to work hard for it. And that's what I want to do. So, I am out. Hey, y'all have a good night, good week, and I see you live on the Couch on Saturday. But y'all know you got videos coming up this week. See you later.